The energy sector is lagging today's overall trade, but it's coming off its best weekly performance since April with the ongoing trade tensions between the U.S. and also with Iran. Tensions there, boosting oil prices. President Trump taking his thoughts to Twitter this morning, adding, quote, China gets 91% of its oil from the Strait, Japan 62%, and many other countries likewise. So why are we protecting the shipping lanes for other countries many years for zero compensation? All of these countries should be protecting their own ships on what has always been a dangerous journey. We don't even need to be there in that the U.S. has become by far the largest producer of energy anywhere in the world. The U.S. request for Iran is very simple. No nuclear weapons, no further sponsoring of terror. Joining us now, again, Capital founding partner and CNBC contributor John Kilduff. A lot to unpack in that tweet.
It really is.
Is the market getting immune to the tweets or still having a reaction?
I think we're obviously on tenterhooks, closely monitoring it. I mean, the price hasn't ran away to the upside by any stretch of the imagination, partly because of what President Trump does correctly reference there, which is the U.S. position as the world's largest producer. I mean, I've likened it to us being now a firewall against a geopolitical risk that would have sent this market over $100 a barrel. What I think he's mistaken about, though, to a degree, is that oil is very fungible. The analogy a lot of us like to use is it's like pouring water into a tub. Doesn't matter which end you pour the water in, it's all part of one big collective body. So the oil that comes out through the Strait of Hormuz, whether it goes to China and some of it comes here, it's all very important to the market. The loss of the Strait is the high stakes maneuver, even with our position as the #1 oil producer.
Why is he suggesting that other countries should pay us for that? Is that a legit complaint?
I've heard that question raised over the years, actually, for sure, that, we've had the Fifth Fleet stationed out there for decades to protect the oil. Most of the years, though, up until just recently with our ascent to the #1 spot, it was a vital security interest to us. We were very reliant on Saudi and Kuwaiti oil, for example, and Iraqi oil for that matter as well. So again, it's a huge, important link and source of economic stability for us. When we get the oil price shocks, they've almost always uniformly kicked us into recession. It's 4 for 4.
Right.
Okay. And on the other killer for that is you get high gasoline prices. Some will argue because, again, of our bigger and bigger energy footprint, it's maybe a little not so bad for us. It's a killer for the consumer, and the consumer is 70% of the economy, as you guys spend so much time, reporting on here and observing and monitoring. So it's just tremendously important. The stakes are real high, and I think he realized that, which is why I think he took that off ramp. I know a lot of people are trying to criticize him now that we backed down or he equivocated. I don't take it that way. I think it was a very serious decision, and he did the right thing about it.
I want to get back to that. A couple of things. Fact-checking him quickly here. It's not, the numbers are not right.
No, the 92%, I don't know where he got that, because even if I was generous about including some of the countries that lie outside the Strait that produce and export, it would be around 45. Really, the real number for China is around 33.
What happens if we do go to war with Iran?
It'll be severe. It'll be a severe situation for the oil market. There's a lot of implications, beyond just us against Iran. Obviously, it'll be a regional conflict of the first order. Big problem, too, is for Qatar. Iran's kind of their lifeline in this fight they're having with the Saudis. I mean, the Saudis want to dig potentially a channel, a moat, between the mainland and the Qatari peninsula, just as an example. Iraq's oil would be cut off. Iraq would be severely damaged. This would be triple-digit oil. This would be, I think, really calamitous, for the region. I think, there's so many interests that intersect there. India, for example, has sent warships now to the Persian Gulf, some of their naval assets. Right. So, I mean, this thing's escalating, David, and, that's why I think you cannot, and it's wrong to criticize the president for pulling back from what is really the abyss, if you ask me, in terms of this one.
Yeah, you really feel that way.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, there are quite a few hawks in the administration who would differ with that viewpoint.
I think we all pretty much know that Iran's not Iraq, and that, they can fight asymmetrically. They can do a lot of different things. And as we know, too, even if our military can roll over a country, like we did with Iraq, holding the peace becomes a very nettlesome thing. Yeah. And the oil, again, the oil production out of that region, even though a lot of it's not coming here anymore, critical to market stability and market prices. The oil market is a global one. If oil prices around the world start to shoot up towards 100 or plus, we'll be paying that here too, no matter how much we're producing.
Yeah, I mean, some people are scratching their heads trying to figure out why hasn't oil jumped even further. I guess it's U.S.
Again,
filling
because
the void.
and so far so good too.
John, thank you.